So today is 6/16/2025. Okay, so with that being said, the moon is actually in Aquarius. The sun is in Cancer. So what does it mean that the sun is in Cancer? The fact that the sun is in Cancer, we are supposed to be working on the Cancer in our birth charts, right? Not only working on the Cancer in our birth charts, but we are also to work on loving ourselves. We are supposed to work on self love, self care. The reason self love and self care is so important right now is because when you learn how to love yourself, you can learn how to love others. And that is what's wrong with people. People don't know how to love themselves. And because they don't know how to love themselves, it is almost impossible to love others. It becomes a task to love others. It almost becomes a foreign language to love other people, right? Because if you don't know how to love yourself, if you don't know how to receive love, if you don't know what your love language is, then it's hard to receive love. And there are laws of the universe that say you reap what you sow. So with the fact, if you're not able to give love to yourself, you're not going to be able to receive love from yourself. And if you can't receive it from yourself, then you can't receive it from other people. So this is how we have these miscommunications with other people when they love on us and we don't know what that is because it's foreign. Okay? So this is about healing the inner self, healing the higher self, right? So so our moon is in Aquarius. So Aquarius means inner knowing. Aquarius means intuitiveness. Aquarius means to be in the know. So, what that chemistry of the moon and the sun coming together today means, go within, really go within and sit with yourself and know what it is that you need to work on within yourself. You write down a list of what you need to work on within yourself, whether it's forgiving people, whether it's um, more self-discipline, whether it's learning more about what self-love is. You know, you can create love for yourself. You could create a list for yourself. Okay? So, this is what I got for you. So, self renewal. Self renewal. So, self renewal is when you learn how to pull yourself back. Like the moment I'm having right now. If you know, then you know. I just take a deep breath and I'm going to remember that I can renew myself whenever I need to. I can renew myself. I can validate myself. I do not have to let anybody outside of me control me. I do not. I can be unbothered. That same energy I was going to use to be bothered, I'm going to be unbothered. Because sometimes people come in and intentionally push your buttons. Sometimes people come in and project off something to you. Sometimes people are agents. Sometimes people are placed in your life as an obstacle to see how you're going to pass the test. Because it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So I just did some self-renewal because the other version of me that I have been working on would have been very temperamental. But because I understand that I could renew myself. I could renew myself within my man. I don't even have to explain. So that's growth and development. Gratitude is working. Okay, also, you are your own Prince Charming. In the world, we are programmed to look for Prince Charming outside of ourselves. So what does that mean? When you look for solutions outside of yourself, when you are looking for answers outside of yourself, when you are looking for somebody to heal you outside of yourself, anything that you are looking for outside of yourself, that becomes a lack within, right? Because if you are God, which we are God because we created in God's image, because I serve a living God. I don't serve a God that died. I don't serve a God that's dead. I don't serve a God that needs my help to resurrect them. I don't serve that type of God. I'm way more intelligent than that. I'm not programmed like that. I serve an intelligent God. That's my intelligence. That's inside my neurons. That's inside my cells. That's inside my divinity. Okay, because divinity, it says in my Bible that I will pour my spirit into you, and I will become your God, and you will become my people. So I am aware of who I am. So therefore, I become my own Prince Charming. Therefore, I rely on my own self for knowledge, wisdom. I have to seek within because within is the spiritual realm. Within is the ancestral realm. Within is the knowing of all things. Within is the kingdom of heaven. Within is the mansion of souls, and you was given the key because you are the heir to the throne. So, like I said, you have to become your own Prince Charming. And then, you know what, Graylin, I really tried not to delete you. I promise I did because I get paid whether you watch or not. So I was going to let you watch so I could get paid. So gratitude. So y'all please excuse this fool in the chat that wants some attention. Don't give them none. Don't water that plant because when people do stuff like that, people just want your energy. It's energy vampires out here. And you have to learn, like I was saying, self-renewal, because I was really struggling with not giving that my attention. I was really, really, really struggling with that. But I'm going to speak on it because I was struggling with that. And I give gratitude that Graylin showed up to be a colonizer and to be a missionary Christian because that's who converted us into Christianity, which is the Antichrist. Because Christ consciousness is within. So anybody that promotes you to serve something outside of yourself is an Antichrist because they're against you knowing yourself within. They against you truly going within, knowing your ancestors that came before you. They truly against you knowing your ancestry, knowing that you came from kings, knowing that you came from an empire, knowing that you got that emperor blood in your body, and all it takes is one drop of that emperor blood to make you Sambo the god. You understand that? Greetings, greetings. Yes, so Like I was saying before, my creative power is infinite. My creative power to transmute situations that was supposed to be negative, that I'm going to take and make it work out in my favor. Because you have to think, you are that spirit. Let me understand something to you. Because this spiritual situation, and here at spiritual situation, we not under religion, because we are well aware that religion is programming, and we are liberating people's minds over here. We are liberating people's spirits over here. We are what you call a spiritual revolution over here. You know what I'm saying? So we seek knowledge. Why? Because we found out that our people are destroyed for lacking knowledge. Okay? So because they destroyed for lacking knowledge, it is the lack of knowledge that keeps us divided, that keeps us conquered, that keeps us lost, that keeps us in poverty, that keeps us criminals, that keeps us in the criminal system, that keeps us, in the streets, laid out in the chalk, that keeps us in oppression. I want out of oppression. Religion is oppression. This man just sat on my live and was being very oppressive. I mean, he was being a slave driver. He was like, you gonna serve my master. You gonna serve my master. You need my master. I'm about to get my master over here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You feel me? He just did it. He just did it in the live. I don't want to serve your God if that's how you got to come at me. If you got to be violent and you got to come at me with force. See, I heard about the Christian Crusades. Yes, the Christian Crusades, and I'm glad you brung it up. Even though this supposed to be a reading, maybe this the reading, okay? So the Christian Crusades, glad you brung it up because, baby, I was in my highest self when I was in my Romanian self. You understand that? Because I am an ancient Romanian, because that is the first civilization. Those are the gods. Those are the deities. Those are the sun people that came here to establish life on earth. You feel me? The Venetians, they actually had a volcano erupt. So therefore they had to find another place to come to. So they came to the earth, which was Venus twin. Okay, because these the extraterrestrials here that we speak of. Please go look it up. Right? So these are twin spirits that are within you. This is Nephthys and Isis, right? Okay, so you have these deities that are living within you, and they are twin energies, okay? And they are the establishers of intelligence. They are the establishers of civilizations. They are the establishers of mankind. And because these spirits live within you, this is how you're able to reincarnate. This is how your soul is able to transmigrate from one body into another. So that is literally called the shedding of skin, right? So when you greetings. So when you are able to shed your skin, this is literally this life, that life, this life. So these are avatars of your life. You are an avatar. And your avatar is a personality. So that's why we over here working on healing these avatars, because these avatars be going through some stuff here on earth. Because you have to think this avatar has forgot that it is from Venus, and it is just looking for life on earth so it could establish civilizations on earth. That's the only reason this Venetian came into the earth, is to help set up civilization in the earth, right? So that's what you, a Venetian, are here in the earth to do, to set up civilizations. You feel me? Yes, to set up civilizations, to set up love, to set up high frequencies, high vibrations, to raise the frequency on the planet. That's what you were sent here for. Okay? You were sent here to love one another. You were sent here to show compassion. You were sent here to learn these lessons So that's why, in order for you to show people compassion, you gonna have to go through some stuff in your life where nobody is going to be compassionate. Why? Because you not paying a debt or nothing. You actually learning how to become compassionate. Like you actually on a mission to learn how to become compassionate. We don't always look at it like that because when you are in spiritual school learning that compassion lesson, normally you going through a lot of growing. So that's painful. You going through getting pulled this way, that way, this way, that way. You know, you like, oh my God, I'm about to go crazy. To where you can't really focus in on, I'm supposed to be learning about compassion. I'm supposed to be taking notes on compassion. Like, how do you remember that you're supposed to learn about compassion in the midst of chaos? In the midst of a storm, when you just like holding on to a tree for bare life because the wind got you up off your feet, water coming, fire coming, houses, you ducking, how you supposed to get a notebook and you in the middle of a storm literally holding on, ducking, and you supposed to get this notebook out and take notes on being compassionate. But you had to remember what you went through in that storm. You had to remember, like, when you went through that storm, was you upset that nobody ain't go through it with you? Or was you mad nobody ain't give you an umbrella? Like, you had to go through and really look at the storm for what it is. Because when you start learning, this stuff ain't happening to me. This stuff is happening for me. This stuff is here for my growth and development. This is an obstacle. And I'm going to come through this like I came through that last one. And I'm going to come out of this in a better shape than what I went in this. I'm going to come up out of this and I'm going to conquer this. I'm going to come up out of this a different person. Because now you starting to change your mind. Now you starting to change how you look at stuff. Now you starting to change how you view stuff, how you perceive stuff, right? And that's spiritual growth and development. That that's what we need: spiritual growth and development. You feel me? So that is your creative power. Yes, that's your creative power. And that's beautiful you say that, Empress Real, because emotions is your power. They say pain is your strength. You got pain? Work with that. Use that pain to get stuff done. Work out. No pain, no gain. Cut that song on. No pain, no pain, no gain, no gain, no pain, no pain. You remember that old school song? No pain, no pain, no gain, no gain. Oh, you're going to have me listening to that today. But yeah, my creative power is my authenticity. Say it with me. My creative power is my authenticity. I am creative. I can create authenticity. I can create a new version. I could create what I want. Hey, I can be what I want to be. Remember Nas had that song? But I could be whatever I want to be. I could create my vision. You know, Spirit said, create seed dreams today. Greetings, medicine woman. Create seed dreams today. Say it with me. Seed dreams. As in a dream, but it's a seed. Say seed dreams. Okay? Today, we going to get a piece of paper out. We're going to write seed dreams on the paper. And the reason we going to write seed dreams on the paper is because, first of all, my people, without a dream, will perish. Because that's what the Bible say. I just think gratitude, yes, bonus. I just feel like that is some good advice. That is some good advice. The Bible has good advice. It said, people without a vision perish because they don't have no map of where they going. They don't have no vision. They don't have no blueprint. They don't have no plans. They don't have no steps. So if you don't have no steps and you don't have no map and you don't have no direction, where are you going? Nowhere fast. So we too wise to just go nowhere fast. We've done that, been there, done that, got the t-shirts. We got lost t-shirts. Yeah, we got t-shirts on it that say I'm lost. We got t-shirts on it that say I need help. We been there, done that, wore them t-shirts, right? Okay, but it's a new day because we got us some seed dreams now, okay? So with seed dreams, we are going to sit with ourselves today and we are going to write down what are our dreams. Yeah, that's right. Your dreams are important. Your dreams matter. I know you had to put other people first and you had to, grow up fast or whatever trauma you had to go through in your life and you probably had to put your dreams by the wayside. But it's time to go get those dreams and make them reality. Because that's what your soul here for. Your soul didn't come here for nothing else but to make those dreams become reality. Yeah. Okay. Medicine woman said, I got time today. I love it. I love it. But yes, seed dreams. So we have to get in tune with our dreams. We have to write our dreams down. Because they say write them down and make them clear. The Bible said that. I know. I said the Bible got some good advice if you know how to use it, right? So write the vision out and make it clear. Vision board of your dreams. Step by step. Day by day. Today, I'm going to do 5 push-ups. I'm getting closer to my dreams. Tomorrow, I'll do 10. Little steps. Greetings, Miss Cynthia. Baby steps. Today, we'll do 5 push-ups. Tomorrow, we'll do 10. Before we know it, we going to be pushing up. You know what I'm saying? We going to be cut up. We going to look good. Baby steps. Love yourself through it. Show up for yourself. Take some time out for yourself. I mean, if we had to set alarms 5 days a week for 20 minutes to work on our dream, what? That's 100 minutes that we spent this week on our dream. So that's almost 2 hours out of our week that we dedicated to our dream. So we definitely are getting closer to the dream. So you understand why today is the day we need to plant these dream seeds. Yeah. And we gonna water them. We gonna nurture them. We gonna speak life over them. Yes. Bonus. It's time for self-renewal today. Because you're the sun. So guess what? You just got to remember that you the sun and go shine on them seeds. Go get them dream seeds and shine on them. You make those. Let me tell you something too. Quit telling other people your dreams. Stop. Don't tell nobody your dreams. It's a secret. It's sacred. Because they yours. And you have to think, when we tell other people our dreams, other people mean well, because we tell people that we rock with. We tell people that we love our dreams. And our dreams are not their dreams. And sometimes they talk us out of our own dreams because they don't know that that's your dreams. So sometimes you bounce an idea off of somebody because that idea is a part of your dream. So you go to somebody and you say, hey, I got this idea. I really want to sell pies, but I don't know how to get started. So I'm going to bake this apple pie and I'm going to knock on everybody's door until I sell 10 pieces of pie. That's how I'm gonna start my business. That's your idea. But what you ain't realizing, that idea came from the ancestral realm. That idea came from a past life. That idea came from memory. That idea was something that you did before to get this started before. But see, you ain't in tune with yourself like that. Because we go over here and sit and tell other people because we don't realize how sacred that dream is. We don't realize how deep that dream is. We don't realize where that dream came from. We don't realize who put that dream in our vision in the first place. So we don't protect these dreams because we don't see them sacred. So we get to going and telling people our ideas. And people will say, well, Judy had did it and it ain't work for Judy. So now you over here like, well, I'ma just go and find something else. You done gave up on your dream because it ain't work for Judy. Judy pie probably was nasty. Judy probably didn't even know how to bake. Judy probably was just repeating what she saw somebody else do. You feel me? But guess what? He said Jazzy is Bones, but who is the resurrector of Bones? Okay. Okay. Cause you could speak over dead bones. You could speak over dry bones. You're a living God. See, that's why we had to get the other dude up out of here, because he wanted us to go serve a God. See, I don't need you to go serve no God. I need you to know that you are a God. I need you to know that you can speak life over anything. You could say, hey, dreams, I resurrect you. You could say, hey, dreams, I command you that you work in my favor. You could say, hey, dreams, I call my power back. You know what I'm saying? I want you to go listen to you some Cokes Marie today. Bonez. Yeah, Cokes Marie. I she say, I am divine. I am divine. You know, I need you to remember who you is, because you just need to get that little spirit up a little bit, little self-renewal, and just remember that you are your own Prince Charming. Yeah, that's right. Come on, be a superhero then. Bonez, if I see you walking around with a cape on, I'm gonna mind my business. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna judge you, because that's your dream. You feel me? If you got to walk around and get in phone booths and, do the Superman, baby, I wasn't there when the ancestors gave you your dreams. And I don't know what type of power you got inside of you. But let me tell you something. You brung them dreams here for a reason, so let them out. And quit. You going to have to do some work, because, you know, that what people think and all that that kind of got a little hold on you a little bit. But it's time to let that go, because you's a whole superhero. You, like, come on. But that's why we need people like you out here to show us how to overcome this trauma, because only a superhero can overcome trauma. You better know that. You've been through trauma. Your name Bonez. You know what's going on. You feel me? You know what's going on. So you have to transform into this superhero, because people know what you've been through. People know where you've been at. People know your story. So when people see you overcome and become you, regardless of what they say, baby, people gonna follow your suit. And now you really a superhero, because why? Now people going to buy the little costume. Guess what? Before you know it, people gonna be walking around with capes on too. You feel me? Okay. That I'm just saying. Sometimes when you a trendsetter, you got to have courage to set the trend. You feel what I'm saying? So you got that, Bonez. Go on, set the trend. Go on, set the tone. You know how many people want to be a superhero, but they ain't got the courage to do it. All we need is one leader to just show us how to do it. Next thing you know, man your business if you see me with a cape on too. Man your business. Cause I minded my business when I seen you with your cape on. So you man your business if you see me walking around inspired by you, okay? Okay. It's inspiration. You keep that going, okay? Superpower. Superpower. But that's what I mean too. People corrupt our dreams because people get in our mind and be like, well, yo, you ain't doing it. Because let me tell y'all something. My dreams was so corrupted. I had this dream on healing the nation, right? I had this dream on enlightening all these people. And, I wanted to be a content creator and I just wanted to just do this thing, right? I started telling people. So then people was like, well, so and so do this, and such and such do that, and so and so got this going on, and such got that. So here I am trying to keep up with so and such, and so forth, and over there and over, and all these other, this ain't my dream. I don't even know what my dream is no more because now I'm keeping up with people. Like, now I'm a robot. Now I'm monkey see, monkey do. Now I'm, keeping up with, I'm people pleasing. I'm keeping up with people. People telling me do this and do that. I don't know where my dream is. So I had to stop, pause, unplug everything, get quiet, and listen to myself. I mean, tune everybody out, cut the phone off, all that. Like, really come sit with myself. Because sometimes you got to do that because you can't hear from yourself when everybody else talking. I'm going to say that again because somebody here need to hear that. You can't hear from yourself when everybody else is talking. So you need to silence everybody else so you can talk to yourself. So that means you need to set some boundaries and you need to go be by yourself, whether it's a weekend, whatever it is. Whether you get a little room, sit back. I don't care what you need to do to hear from yourself. But you got to go hear from yourself. Because yourself will shut down. Yourself will self-sabotage your life. Yourself, you got to make sure yourself is good. Forget everybody else, because if yourself ain't good, ain't nobody, you ain't gonna enjoy nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because yourself will jack all that up. Yes. So, with that being said, get in tune with yourself. That's when you gotta go sit down and ask yourself what you want. Okay? Yes. Okay, medicine woman. But sometimes we have to do that. We have to go hear from ourselves. Find out what yourself want to do. Find out how yourself want to do it. How yourself, you know what? You would be surprised what little ideas you come up with that become the greatest ideas ever. And you didn't tell nobody. Nobody didn't get to speak on it. Nobody didn't get to tell you how Judy did it and it ain't worked out for Judy. Nobody didn't get to tell you that Keisha came up with that first and now you feel like you copying Keisha. Nobody, we don't think about that when we tell people stuff. But when we tell people stuff, it come across like that. People be like, well, Keisha was doing that already. Now we didn't even know Keisha was doing that. This is my dream. I ain't copying Keisha. I mean, I like to sell Keisha sell pies, but Keisha don't make pies like I make pies. You get what I'm saying? Because people really do that. People be like, well, Keisha make pies, so I don't want to. Baby, Keisha only make apple pie. You make lemon meringue pie with cherry encrusted crust. Nobody makes that. You got strawberry pie with blueberry filling. You got lemon pie. You got pies. You got peach pie. You just got pies we ain't even never heard of. You just over there you could just make anything a pie. You over there making little Debbie pies. You know what I'm saying? You just anything you think of, you making a pie out of it. But you up here comparing yourself to Keisha, who only know how to make an apple pie. Well, I don't want to step on Keisha's toes. You ain't stepping on Keisha's toes. It ain't no competition. But that's what I mean by we got to protect our dreams and keep them sacred. Because when you go telling other people your dreams, somebody told me that, my mama did when I was little. Like, quit telling people your dreams. Quit telling people what you gonna do. Quit telling people your plans. Quit telling people. I kept doing it. You know, my little inner circle. And my plans will never work out. My plans will never happen. My plans will never succeed. And then I feel that depression. I feel that lack. I feel that then you know you see somebody that's doing a thing, right? It ain't that you jealous. It's something in you that know you could do it too. It's something in you that want to win too. It's something in you that want your pie. It's something in you that, you know, you got dreams. They want to come true. But the only way they gonna come true is if we can learn how to renew ourselves and invest in ourselves. Put time into ourselves, work on ourselves, become our own Prince Charming. So that means saving ourselves, healing ourselves, finding out whatever it is we need to do. I told my daughter yesterday, me and my daughter had a conversation, and I explained to her, I showed her this vehicle. I said, what's the difference between me and this person? Because right now I don't have a vehicle. And I've had a vehicle for over 20 years. So trust and believe I'm going through some obstacles and challenges not having a vehicle. Okay. And my vehicle was stolen. So it was a little trauma, depression, and there was some feelings I went through with that, because it's not like I just didn't have a vehicle. I went to sleep with a vehicle and I woke up with no vehicle. You know, that's kind of put you in a different place, because now you like, well, shit, people, okay, this is different. So with that being said, I have been feeling bad about a lot of things. You know, my life been lifing, right? So I'm having this conversation with my daughter, like, what's the difference between me and this person with this vehicle? And I had to be honest with myself, because when you feel bad about yourself or about your circumstances, because you the one, like I said, you the one holding on to the tree in the middle of the storm. So, you know, you so busy going through the motions that you forget that you supposed to be learning a lesson right now. You know what I'm saying? This is all this is a lesson. This is not forever. This is just a lesson. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning that it's about how you manage your time. It's about how you manage your money. It's about how you what like whatever your circumstances is, it don't matter how bad they are. If you go sit with yourself, you could come up with some solutions. That's the moral of the story. That's the moral of the story. Cause I don't know who going through what. But if you going through something, go sit down with yourself and come up with some solutions. Sacred solutions. Don't tell nobody what the solution is. Don't ask nobody what they think about it. Don't even let nobody speak on it. Because that alters your solution. Your solution is your way out. Your solution is your idea. Your solution is a step closer to your dream. Yes. Okay. But it's growth and development somewhere in there, cause we gonna get something gonna shake. You get what I'm saying? Something gonna happen. You know, cause you gotta become creative. You gotta. So that was the whole reading today. The reading for today was to recreate yourself. So that means today, no matter what you felt yesterday, no matter what you thought about yourself yesterday, no matter what the circumstances was looking like yesterday, today is a new day. And we are going to do some self-renewal because we're gods. And we can just change our life whenever we want to. If we wake up in the middle of the night and want to work on ourselves, we can do that. That's what being a god is. You know, some people got to wait until Sunday. No disrespect. I'm sorry for laughing, but I used to be one of them people. But some people got to wait until Sunday to go get some salvation. Some people have to wait until Sunday to love on themselves or to get a solution or to figure it out. They have to wait until Sunday because that's the day they get their next program and that's the day they get their next download. You know what I'm saying? So they have to wait until Sunday when they go in there with the artificial sun to get their downloads. But us, on the other hand, because we are the sun, we are the consciousness, okay? We could just wake up in the middle of the night and work on self. We could just wake up in the middle of the night and work on salvation. We could just get up in the middle of the night, work on forgiveness issues, do some shadow work. You know, we could reestablish the planets if we want to. You know what I'm saying? That's your chakras. Just align them, meditate, just get up and just clear the universe right on out if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you got it. So when you get that power, knowledge to do that, do that. Yeah, do that. So the message for today is reinvent yourself, reestablish yourself, renew yourself. Speak life over your circumstances. Also, we planting seed dreams. We need them dream seeds. We definitely do. We need to find out what they are and start planting them in our life, right? Start nurturing them, start watering them, keeping them sacred, growing them in your secret garden. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, your secret garden, your secret soil, your sacred soil. Don't nobody need to know what's in your garden. This is for you. This is your garden. Let them have their garden. They got their own garden. Let them find their own sacred moment in their garden. Get in yours. You know what I'm talking about? So, go to the sacred garden. Have you a little seed. Plant you some dream seeds and watch them grow. You know what I'm saying? So, if you need to get a personal reading, I do those as well. My website is www.spiritual-situation, one word.com. So I have been doing a lot of lives where I've been creating these e-booklets and I've been putting the e-booklets on the website. I'm so excited about it because over on YouTube, we have been doing some serious major Bible study. Major Bible study. which I'm gonna put some of those videos over here. But before I do, I want to elaborate a little bit on YouTube with y'all about a lot of the things that we have been finding. So I am about to start offering new services. I'm excited. I'm so excited. So I am about to start offering new services. And the new service that I am going to start offering is ancestry work. Ancestry work as in helping people to find out who they are ancestral roots. Um I have been learning so much with this knowledge that we have been unveiling the last since February, I think. Since we did the Mississippi, I don't know if y'all even know, but in February the 1st, I put Mississippi on trial. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but I put Mississippi on trial. It was a spiritual trial. And the reason it was a spiritual trial because I had saw this book. And on the book, it was a picture of a boy. And the boy had my brother eyes. My brother that was unalive 20 years ago. I'm like, what is my brother eyes doing on this image? It wasn't that he looked like my brother. It was my brother eyes. That kind of scared me to see my brother eyes on this image. So the image, the book is, it say 1855, Mississippi, 1855. So I'm like, what happened in 1855? So that's when the spirit started talking to me. The spirit was like, in 1855, go look up Natchez, Mississippi. So I'm like, Natchez. This the spirit talking to me because I ain't never heard of no Natchez, Mississippi a day in my life before that day, right? So the spirit like Natchez, Mississippi. I end up looking up this house that has a telescope on it. I don't know why I found this mansion. At the time, I did not know it was a Tartarian building. At the time, I didn't know what a Tartarian building was. I just knew it had a telescope on the top of the roof. So me and my daughter sit down to watch My Little Pony. That same house that I had looked up earlier was on My Little Pony. So I'm like, wait up, hold up. What is happening here? So on My Little Pony, that house was the government house. The government house. What is happening here? So I go back to the house virtually, look it up some more, find out that that was Ward. The Ward family lived there. So I'm like, who is these people? So that's when I found out about, I'm from the Ninth Ward. I've been there since the day I was born. I'm from the Ninth Ward. The Ninth Ward. Ninth Ward. So I'm like, wait, Mr. Magic from the Ninth Ward. That's in New Orleans. It's mass wards. Let me go find out what is a ward. So I went to find out what is a ward because, you know, the Ward family, you know, that's how spirit got me on the duck, goose chase, right? So I go look at the ward. I find out that the wards are the electoral seats. Electoral seats. what? Okay, because Natchez, Mississippi was the government house, and that's close to New Orleans, which is the wards where the government electoral seats at. What does that mean? So then I had to go find out what that meant, right? So then I'm like, they got parishes down there because it's French. French, what does that mean? So now I got to go figure out about the French, because now I got to go figure out what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, New Orleans means French, Francais. Francais means free man. Free man mean the land of the free. The electoral seats was for the land of the ancient. The flood, they flood. Damn it, they flooded the people and the electoral seats out. Bruh, when they broke the, oh shit. So then now, stuff started to make sense. So that's how it all started. And it went on since February. So imagine where I'm at now. If I understand the history of our people. So I've unfolded all of this knowledge. And within this knowledge, I found out that these are the ancient people who are our ancestors. These are ancient civilizations. These are different eras that we have lived as people. This is why we all know one another. Why? Because we have always reincarnated amongst each other as a people. Always. Because you got to think about it. Let's say my incarnation in this life is over at 70, let's say 92. Give me some time. 92. It is going to be a child that is born the moment I take my last breath. It's going to be a baby taking a first breath. So that's going to be me coming back. It's just my breath is going to exchange. My breath is just going to come through a different form because I am the breath. Even though I'm in human form, I am the breath. And see, a lot of people can't see past human form. That's why that guy was on here like, you ain't God. Because he don't understand I'm in human form. I'm the breath of life in human form. I can take on many different forms because I'm the breath of life. So that means if you see me in the form of a squirrel, I'm still the breath of life. If you see me in the form of a fox, I'm still the breath of life. If you see me in the form of a eagle, I'm still the breath of life. I'm just in different forms. So people don't understand the breath of life is God. The breath of life is eternal. The breath of life can live through any being that it wants to because it is the breath. The moment the breath decides that it is done with your reincarnation, you will take your last breath. Because the breath will leave the body. And when the breath leaves the body, we're going to have you a funeral. Because the breath has left the body. The breath is done with their personality. The breath is done with that person. So we can't take it personal because the breath is going to live on. The person itself, that becomes a spirit that lives on forever as long as people venerate it. That becomes a spirit that lives on as long as people mention it, write it on the wall, say your name. It has to be magic involved to keep you alive. You know what I'm saying? That's why the ancient Egyptians knew about esoteric knowledge and they knew about magic. So those are a lot of things that I've been putting in the book too. So to break it down, because I haven't really been on YouTube like that. I have not, but I am and have been working on getting myself back over here. So just want to let y'all know what we've been over there doing on TikTok. Because a lot of people, I haven't been on YouTube. So people, my YouTube people don't know what I got going on right now. But I'm letting y'all know. And a lot of my TikTok people come over here. So greetings, y'all. But I do have my own little YouTube people too. And then I have people that are just YouTubers. That's just, that will fan me. Hey, new people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I will see y'all beautiful souls a little later. Yes, but yes, I definitely will Monday through Friday come over here and do a horoscope. Some daily inspiration. I definitely will be doing that. So I will see y'all in the Grand Rising for sure if I don't come back later on today. But for sure, come back tomorrow in the Grand Rising for some more daily inspiration. About 8 a.m. I'll see you there. Peace.